I hope you're enjoying the transformation table, and the values that you're learning, I can tell you, will make you more valuable. You know, when I look at all the values that we teach and that we share and talk about around the table, the one I want to share with you now is humility, and there's something that draws me to this value. I'm not saying it's more important than the others, but I do think it's foundational to life. And sometimes, many times, humility is really misunderstood. Humility doesn't mean that I think less of myself or that you think less of yourself, but it does mean that we think of ourselves less. In other words, humility allows me to take me out of the middle of the picture so it's not all about me. Humility allows me to put other people in the picture so I realize it's about others, because humility focuses on others. You know, the ancient proverb writer observed, here's what he said: people who accept correction are on the pathway to life, and those who ignore it will lead others away. Well, what's he talking about? He's comparing humility, accepting correction, with pride, not accepting it. So I wrote these things down because pride is the opposite of humility, and I think pride is the great downfall of many people. Let me illustrate. Pride is independent and humility is dependent. You see, pride closes our mind to feedback. Humility opens our mind to feedback. Pride prevents us from admitting mistakes. What does humility do? It allows us to admit and face our mistakes. Pride is unteachable. Humility is teachable. Pride limits our potential. Humility expands our potential. Pride says basically, I know enough. I am enough. Humility says, I need to learn more. I want to be teachable. My friend Rick Warren says that there are 4 ways to develop humility. And I just like these. They're so practical. Let me give them to you. Number 1, admit your weaknesses. A person that has humility as a trademark in their life, they admit that there are areas of their life that need to be improved, that they have weaknesses. Number 2, be patient with the weaknesses of others. Now, that's very insightful, because I think a person with humility really is willing to wait on others to get better and take the journey perhaps slower than they would if they were just traveling by themselves, that they really have a sense of patience on other people and their weaknesses, because what do? Because they're humble, they understand and they know their weaknesses. Number 3, be open to correction. I'm always a little bit careful around people that aren't open to correction. There's an arrogant attitude that just doesn't allow them to grow, get better, change, and help themselves and help others. And number 4, I love this, put the spotlight on others. I think a person that's humble is very ready and willing to point to someone else and give them the honor, give them the credit, give them the applause. Humility, what an incredible, incredible virtue. I love this story. It's just a funny one, but Muhammad Ali, the great boxer in his prime, was on a commercial air flight, and they were taxiing out to the runway. The flight attendant came by, really noticed that his seatbelt wasn't fastened. She said, Mr. Ali, you need to fasten your seatbelt. Well, everybody knows he was kind of a brash, arrogant, young, very good athlete, by the way. And he looked at her and he said, Superman don't need no seatbelt. And she smiled and she said, that's true. But she said, Superman don't need no airplane either. Next time you just think of humility, just remember, we probably need the plane and the seatbelt.